And hold the mother flying, flipping, flapjacking phone. Conor McGregor has just been stripped of his UFC lightweight title. It's Wednesday. I mean, it's your boy Taco Bell Wani, man. We got to cover this. Holy smokes. This came out of nowhere. I was just thinking, yo, it's about time to wind it down. We've been grinding, but we got to pull the full time on this. We got to cover the reactions, the live reactions. This is insane. A lot of people thought Conor wasn't going to be stripped. They didn't believe it. It's happened. Yo, is Conor, where's Conor at? Is Conor going to be in Brooklyn? What's going to happen? Yo, if the stream cuts out for whatever reason, I will be right back, yo. You know, we got lag issues for a little while till we can get our shit upgraded, but as soon as we do, we're going to be streaming for a while, covering every freaking angle of this. Conor McGregor stripped of his UFC title. If you didn't know what is up, this is an impromptu stream. I haven't even read the article yet. I just seen someone commenting, said Conor McGregor stripped as of now. Got the stream ready, and so here we are. Conor McGregor, the UFC's lightweight champion, has been stripped of his UFC title, his last UFC title. He was already stripped of his featherweight title in the past. Now he's stripped of his lightweight title. You can call him the stripped, but it'll probably just point out his Burger King deal. You know what I'm saying? He's probably working on a chicken strip deal as we speak. Holy flying flipping flapjack. Someone said, did you know the Tony and Khabib fight was canceled when you made your vid, or was it a coincidence you were right? Can't tell you my sources. No, I was just fucking around, bro. I was an April Fool's joke. I was, bro, like 2 hours before April Fool, I was like, oh, I cannot wait till midnight. I got the best April Fool's joke ever. It all adds up. And then, like, I was like, man, fuck it. I'm doing it at midnight Eastern time, which was actually only 11 o'clock my time. And so I posted it. And then, yeah, it was an April Fool's, bro. I don't got no inside sources. But man, Conor McGregor was just stripped. Let's check this out. Let's read this article together. Let's play popcorn. No. All right, let's check this out, bro. Conor McGregor's run as UFC lightweight champion is set to end. The long-expected move that Conor McGregor would lose his 155 belt was officially announced by the UFC president Dana White at a press conference in New York for Saturday's pay-per-view at Barclays Center. McGregor has not fought for the UFC since he won the 155-pound title at UFC 205. Okay, so White had not announced he would officially strip Conor McGregor of the championship until Wednesday when he discussed the popular Irish fighter's return to this year. Conor McGregor is 100% coming back this year. All right. So, I want to see motherfucking UFC.com. I got to check UFC.com, bro, because they're reporting Conor McGregor stripped of his UFC title, but it's sounding like they're saying this. I don't know if they're still like as soon as the first punch is thrown, or if they're saying this joint is stripped. This headline and the other headlines, like, let's go to Google. Like, I seen like 3 of them. Conor McGregor stripped, and somebody told me as well. So maybe just because he announced it at the Brooklyn press conference, they're saying that. But yeah, Conor McGregor. But I mean, we know it's coming, 100%. Conor McGregor has been stripped of the UFC lightweight title. Oh, he has been stripped. Dana White said he has been stripped. All right, so yeah, it's official. Conor McGregor has been stripped of his UFC lightweight title. Somebody said hashtag fuck McGregor. Hey, McGregor's cashing checks. What are you talking about? Talking shit, swallowing spit. He don't need that belt. You know what I'm saying? He's just got the Burger King deal, the chicken sandwich. You could say he taps like chicken. Probably gonna sell him 1,000 more chicken sandwiches. You could say, I'm telling you, Conor needs to get on that chicken strip deal ASAP. I got your back, McGregor. No, I'm fucking around, but this is pretty insane. I wonder if the UFC has released a statement. But also what I'm going to do on this stream is just cover, like, bro, we've got so much MMA news I want to touch on because if I was doing all of these in individual videos, man, we would have some serious news to cover, which we do, and that's what I was planning on doing. But now that Conor has stripped, I was like, yo, we got to cover this. That's pretty insane. But yeah, we're also going to cover all of these other topics, you know, like the Habib Artem incident in the hotel. It's been explained. Habib no-showed at today's UFC obligations. The UFC couldn't locate him. Come to find out, I guess he was somewhere cutting weight. Hopefully Habib's fucking weight cut goes good. Max Holloway's weight cuts also in question. Both of these fighters' weight cuts are in question as of right now. What is this? McGregor's teammate fired back at Tony Ferguson. Dylan Dennis. Yeah, so we're going to cover all of that as well as Conor McGregor being stripped. That way, tomorrow, I'm sure there's going to be a million new angles to cover, people reacting to Conor McGregor being stripped. One other thing I wanted to talk about was Tony Ferguson. Is he losing his interim title or fucking no, bro? It's so confusing. Dana White keeps saying the interim title's going away. Yeah, that goes away. But then he also said Tony Ferguson's not losing his belt. So, I don't know what's going on. He literally said the words Tony Ferguson's not losing anything. So, I mean, he said he's still going to be the #1 contender. So Dana White is like kind of talking in double speak when it comes to this interim lightweight title. He has not came out and confirmed 100% Tony Ferguson will be the interim champion after this fight, no matter what. He keeps just referring to the fact that Conor McGregor's belt is going away, which is official now. So whoever wins out of Holloway and Khabib will be the undisputed champion, the top dog. But the question is Tony Ferguson still that interim champion? That's a big question. But the thing about I do agree Tony Ferguson should get the immediate title shot rolling. But the thing about that is, if Tony Ferguson's fucking ACL or MCL is all the way off the bone, and he hasn't fought since last October when he fought the #7th ranked Kevin Lee, a lot of people felt like that shouldn't even have been an interim title fight. So he hasn't fought since last October, and if his injury is as bad as it sounds, what, do we let Tony Ferguson go a whole year of being the interim champion? You know, Tony Ferguson, if that injury is really that bad, might eventually have to be stripped of that interim title. Conor versus Brock, can't wait. That's another thing to touch on. Brock Lesnar's coming back to MMA. I don't know if he's going to fight Francis Ngannou first, which would probably make the most sense. It's still a big fight. It's a good matchup for Brock, though. I mean, but will Brock Lesnar be clean? What goes on with USADA? Or does Brock Lesnar get an immediate title fight versus the winner of the champion versus champion super fight in Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic? I don't think Brock Lesnar really deserves an immediate title fight, especially considering he beat Mark Hunt and then popped dirty. So if he comes back, you can't really reward him for winning while he was fighting dirty. So I don't see Brock Lesnar getting an immediate title shot versus Cormier or Stipe. He'll probably be fighting Francis Ngannou, you know, in a #1 contenders fight, and then possibly fight the champion. Roland said, true, we don't know how bad the injury is. Yeah, according to Dana White and a couple other reliable some real actual reliable sources, not just Dana White. Some other people who might have had access to the x-rays and the doctors, you know, what they were saying. They said that it was like off the bone, really bad Tony Ferguson's injury. So maybe he can heal up in like 2 months, 3 months, get a training camp and fight by October, which would be about a year. But we'll see what happens, because if Habib becomes the champion, he's going to be off for a while anyway, which you would think gives Tony Ferguson time. But do we want, if Habib wins and Tony Ferguson's the interim champion, that automatically locks us in that fight for a 5th time. You know, a lot of people, Dana White said he didn't want to make that fight again. But if you got an undisputed champion in Habib and an interim champion in Tony Ferguson, that fight has to happen still. And then it just makes it that much better. The 5th time that fight comes together, one of them is a champion, the lightweight champion. One of them is the interim champion. Now that we finally get the fight, they're both champions. That would be huge. But if Khabib is to fight anybody that's not named Tony Ferguson, it doesn't really work with him having that belt. So, let's cover some of this news. Conor McGregor's been stripped. I wonder if the UFC has released an official statement. Let's check out UFC.com. What's up? What's up, Jonathan Smith? I see you in the chat. Brown injured. Oliveira to face Condit. Covered that. Rose Namajunas. Khabib. Let's see. No official statement on Conor McGregor being stripped, it looks like. But Dana White did say Conor McGregor has been stripped at the press conference. We're out here, said Cool the Fool. What up, G? Alright, so let's cover some of these news topics, because I got to admit, man, I was ready to fucking put out like 2 more videos and call it a night. So with that being said, we're going to cover all of these news topics. Conor McGregor has been stripped. Dana White has confirmed Brock Lesnar's returning after his last WWE obligation. And in other news, here's Artem Lobov's remarks that caused Tuesday's hotel confrontation. Now, if you don't know the story between Artem Lobov and Habib Nurmagomedov's confrontation, you know, we did the video, we saw, they got into it. Well, allegedly that came from Artem doing an interview with, like, a Russian interview, and he was talking a lot of trash on Khabib. And so here it is. This is what Artem had to say. Khabib pulled out 6 times already. He always pulls out of fights. If something hurts a little bit, his ass or whatever, he pulls out. He can't even make weight. He doesn't give a shit about his fans. Damn. That everyone flew from Russia. Even getting a visa is a pain and travel expenses, all in order to see him, and then he doesn't show up. And it's not once, not 2, not 3, not 4. Who's the chicken here? Who's afraid? Conor shows up every time, no matter what. He's a true fighter. He's a true champion. Champion isn't a belt around your waist. It's a mentality. It's your heart. Conor's a real champion, and Khabib is not even close. He was then asked, so in cases where Habib pulled out, Conor would have fought every time, you're saying? Did you see Conor pulling out of a fight even once? Everyone has injuries. Everyone has problems making weight. But one is champion and shows up no matter what, and the other one is a coward who pulls out every time. So he called Habib a coward and all type of shit. But at the same time, I mean, now that's probably why Habib confronted him. But you see what Artem the fucking GOAT is saying. My fucking dog Conor don't pull out of fights. For one, he's riding for his boy. You can't be mad at that. For two, he's spitting facts. Facts machine. Conor don't pull out of fights. He's counting the numbers. Habib has pulled out this time, this time, this time, this time. He's just spitting the facts. Now, whenever he called Habib a coward, that's probably when he crossed the line as far as Habib is concerned. Oh, really? Artem, I get it. You're the GOAT. But don't think I can't at least test you. No, but you get the point. So that's what allegedly happened. That's why the hotel confrontation took place. In other news, I already have the video made on Colby Covington, RDA's back and forth, so I'll put that out after this little long form news clip, whatever this is. You call it a podcast, live show, whatever the heck you want to call it. Let's also cover Habib today. No showing some UFC obligations. This was also big. You know, it would have been to cover right at the time. We all know Habib, fucking Tony Ferguson, Tiramisu Tuesdays. You know, Habib had his little mishap. Not this time. This time was Tony Ferguson. Last time, the weight issues. So with that being said, we know Habib, it's not his first time he's had weight issues. Now, a lot of time it's injuries, he says. It's not usually Habib having weight cutting issues, he says. It's usually injuries. Nobody protect from injury. He trains really hard, so you can understand a lot of injuries. But also, when you mix that in with a hard weight cut, then you got a combination of multiple pullouts. And so today, when Habib no-shows his UFC obligations and the UFC officials cannot locate him, you can understand why panic kind of set in. Because it's like, yo, where's Habib at? Where's Habib at? He's supposed to be here. Come to find out, Habib was, I believe, found, and he was in a towel cutting weight instead of doing his UFC obligations. So, with that being said, yeah, so Habib's focusing on his weight cut, which that's fine if you know you just missed a couple obligations in order to make sure you make weight, but at the same time, hopefully it's not a sign that Habib is not having a great weight cut, because if one of these guys misses, we already got to worry about Max Holloway making weight. This is his nutritionist is tied for his biggest cut ever. Max Holloway taking this fight on short notice, got to make the weight limit. So we got to worry about both of these guys kind of making weight. If one of these guys misses, what the hell happens if one of the big drama show? This is big drama show. I mean, big drama show. So Habib was lost during obligations, found cutting weight. Conor McGregor's teammate firing back at Tony Ferguson. We saw Conor McGregor said, "These fools pull out more times than I do with my dick." I don't know why I feel like you just got to do that every time you, like, after that. Are we back? I think we're back. All right, we got the green box as of now. All right, now, I'm going to try and get through this as quick as possible. I didn't want to be on here too long anyways, and the lag is starting. These fools pull out more than these guys are all going to have his back through thick and thin. And, I mean, I know Artem at least did even before that. Dylan Danis might be new to the team, but Artem and Conor go way, way back. So, with that being said, you guys, I do want to say thank you guys for checking this out. Conor McGregor has been officially stripped. You know, I'm sure there's going to be a whole new wave of fucking news topics to cover tomorrow. All the stuff we just briefly touched on here, I was going to make videos about. Already got another video in the queue. More stuff to come tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming through to this live stream. Conor McGregor has officially been stripped. You heard it here second. Your boy Taco Bell Wani. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. Appreciate it. I'm out.